Hi everyone, so this is a tutorial on how to make a Minecraft keychain. And the materials I'm using is plastic canvas, a Sharpie, a darning needle, and acrylic yarn, specifically 4 weights. And the template that I'm using is 8 by 8 squares, then 2 by 10 squares connected to another 8 by 8 block. And I got this template by looking at pixel art. Just kind of did a square by a square or pixel. And then I like to go ahead and cut as close as I can to the edge of the shape that I already marked out with a Sharpie. And I try to cut as close as I can to the edges without cutting through the square. This will help give it overall cleaner look. That way all you see is the yarn and not the plastic pieces. Now we're ready to thread our needle. This is why I like a darning needle or a tapestry needle, because the end is a lot easier to put yarn through it. You're going to go through the back side, pull almost all the way through until you have like a little tail at the end. And each little box square, we are going to make an X. So go all the way through. Then you're going to need to go back over one to the next square, pull through, and the little tail that we have, you want to try to wrap your yarn around it to secure. It doesn't have to be pretty because we're going to end up combining the two backs together. Wrap around and try to go to the next square over and go through on the other side to make an X. And that's basically what you do, is just make a bunch of X's over and over again. And I do have to apologize that my hand freaking goes out of the frame so many different times. I was hoping to give like a full start from finish tutorial, but this is the first time I've ever made one. And honestly, like, I've only made 3 of these keychains, so I don't even really know why I'm bothering to make a tutorial, but it's okay. We're here. It's fine, right? It's fine. Anyways. We are ready to switch over to a different color. You'll see me go back and forth. Go back and forth between the 2 different colors. Minecraft, everything is very equal and even. And that's what I try to do here. I try to make sure I have the same 2 green squares on one side that matches the same 2 squares on the opposite side. That there isn't any extra squares hanging out, because that will mess up the overall picture. Here I want to show that in case you're ever unsure if you completed an X or where your last stitch was, you can always gently maneuver the yarn to the side or pull it back, and you can see your stitches a lot easier by doing this. Acrylic yarn and this canvas is pretty tough, so generally you don't have to worry about immediately breaking or snapping while you do this maneuver. So we are finally on the home stretch. What I like to do is get in the corner of the little ring, I guess you can call it, for our keychain. Don't worry about the backs because they will be stitched together. What you're going to do is kind of like wrap around the edge. I'm trying to show it a little slower here. So you're going to poke it through, bring it around, and go through on the other side. We'll do that again, where you're going to wrap it around and go through on the other side, or other square. We'll speed up a little bit, and once you get to the very end of one side of the keychain, we're going to thread our string to the other side. Oh yeah, I like to do a little extra stitch on the corners to give it a little bit more reinforcement. You want to go down the other side and do the same thing. Now that our ends, ring, whatever you want to call it, that goes around the keychain is finished, now we're going to sew our two squares together. It is going to be a little tough because you're kind of fighting between two layers of yarn. At this point my hands are usually pretty tired, and that's why I like this thick darning needle, because it does not bend whatsoever no matter how much pressure I put on it. And we're basically just going to be doing the same thing, where we're going around and going through on the other end, where you're going through two squares. And then what I like to do for the corners is put 3 of those, I don't know if you can call it stitches, but border, whatever, I don't know what to call it. But I put 3 of those in there. I go around the corner 3 different times. Now we're going to go ahead and skip towards the end. Go ahead and add 2 stitches at the end. Once I'm done, I like to take my needle and go through a few different stitches and different angles to kind of help secure the yarn, so that way it doesn't unravel or anything crazy like that. This is going to go on my son's backpack. He's 6 years old, so I fully expect him to be pretty rough on this, which is also the reason why I chose to do it with acrylic. I mean, it's the only bright green I have anyway, but acrylic is pretty tough, so I don't expect there to be any issue with this type of yarn. And now we're ready to add the key ring. And anytime that I work with acrylic yarn, I do like to add some type of heat source like a lighter, and I quickly go over the area to give it a more crisp, cleaner look. Try not to add heat for too long because it can burn the yarn. And also, if you are a child, please get your grown-up to assist with this part. And we are all done. What do you think?